We see a lot of beautiful cherry blossom trees, giving off a romantic mood. Among the line of cherry blossom trees, our main characters stand, Tomo-chan and Jun. While cherry blossoms shower down on the two, Tomo-chan makes a confession. It's a confession of love. She waits for him to respond. Jun tells that he loves Tomo as well. She is his best friend. Tomo did not get friend-zoned here. Jun never thought of this as a confession of love. Jun doesn't even see Tomo-chan as a girl. Tomo screams from inside in pain. She wants to be seen as a girl. The episode begins in the morning. Tomo and Jun go to the school together as they live next to each other. Tomo tells us that they went to different elementary schools, but since middle school, they have been in the same school. On the first day of middle school, Jun saw Tomo in a skirt. It came out as a weird thing for Jun. That is when she realized for the first time, Jun thought of her as a guy. Even now in high school, treats her like a guy, to which he gets hit by Tomo. She does karate. Tomo is sitting with her friend in the classroom. She asks Misuzu to help her and talk to Jun. Misuzu is a reasonable person. She tells her that she is getting what she deserves. First, she only plays games that boys play. Second, she would get in fights with kids from other schools. In kindergarten, she would never play with dolls or house. Anyways, Misuzu tells her what she can do to become more girly. She advises her to change the way she talks. To begin with, she should soften her tone a bit, become more polite and less blunt. All right, she takes her advice. But it doesn't work out at all. She sounds like an old man. Jun calls her out and Tomo is mad. She asks him to bring it on and they end up beating each other. Next day, Tomo is still a little mad about their squabble. Jun tries to apologize to her and calm her down by tickling on her waist. She is more pissed and Jun gets hit again. But in the end, he tells her how boring life would be without her and he couldn't handle her ignoring him for another second because she is the best friend he could ask for. Now it's lunchtime. Tomo is eating with Misuzu. Misuzu asks her that she and Jun come to school together and are together throughout the school day, too. Then why she eats her lunch with Misuzu and not Jun? Tomo replies, when a guy and a girl eat together, doesn't it seem like they are dating? Misuzu takes Tomo to eat together with Jun. Well, the three of them do sit together to eat, although Jun and Misuzu hate each other's guts. Meanwhile, Jun and Tomo get a moment together, where Tomo feeds Jun a bite with her hands. It's cute and Tomo blushes. Anyways, after a while, a classmate comes to Jun. He asks how's it going with Tomo-chan. Jun asks what does he mean. Tanabe says about the intense game a guy and a girl plays. Meanwhile, Misuzu is overhearing them talking. Jun doesn't get what Tanabe is trying to say. Instead, he thinks he is talking about karate. He tells her that they have been doing it since they were kids. This creates a misunderstanding. The air needs to get cleared. Misuzu goes and talks to Tomo and briefs her what happened. Tomo is furious. She runs to the classroom and beats up Jun. Again. Meanwhile, Misuzu goes to Tanabe to clear the air with him. She tells him that they are not in a relationship. Also, Jun doesn't see Tomo as a girl even. He can't believe it even though she has big breasts. Misuzu also tells him not to interfere in their relationship. Now this is done, and all the air is cleared. It's time to go home. But it's raining, and Misuzu and Jun both did not bring their umbrellas, and they are relying on Tomo to take them under hers. While they wait for her to arrive, they both make small talk. They talk about how the three of them got together as kids and did a lot of mischief together. However, whenever they were scolded for their extreme pranks, Misuzu was never there. Things get a little serious when Misuzu puts a dilemma in front of Jun. She says if Tomo got a boyfriend and she always stayed with him, and one day, with a red face, she would say, there is no one I love her more than... Jun pushes Misuzu into the rain. Cuts to Tomo, arriving at the scene. She asks what they're doing here. They say they were waiting for her to bring an umbrella. Jun asks Tomo to leave Misuzu and walk home with him. But Tomo is shy to walk under an umbrella with Jun. So she says she would go with Misuzu. But to get Jun and Tomo closer, Misuzu forces Tomo to go with Jun. So she does. She can't get close to Jun. She is getting wet. On her shoulder from the rain, so Jun asks her to get closer. Tomo makes up an excuse that she came from karate practice, so she must be smelling bad. Jun sniffs her and tells that she is not smelling bad at all. Matter of fact, she smells kinda good. Tomo is red. She bolts out of sight. Meanwhile, back at the school, Tanabe from earlier sees Misuzu standing without an umbrella and offers to go home under his umbrella. Misuzu takes his umbrella and goes home alone. Getting back to Jun, he catches up with Tomo. She is soaking wet now. Jun asks her what happened. His eyes see through Tomo's shirt, and he bolts out of sight this time. Tomo is in her karate club, where she beats up a guy in a match. After the match, they talk to each other. It looks like Misaki liked Tomo. He asks if she is used to the boys' club, and it must be hard for her here. But she's fine. She can't go back to the girls' club even if she wanted to because of how strong she is. She would solo the whole club. She says that she is a failure as a girl, but Misaki denies. He tells her that she is a very charming girl. It's the first time someone has said a thing like this to her. She jumps onto him to ask what made him say that and what she should emphasize. He stares at her breasts. He says he couldn't find anything. She gets sad. But Misaki tells her she got all kinds of her charms. She should not emphasize on any one thing. She is impressed. He tells her she shouldn't change her and stay the way she is. They leave the school and talk together. Outside, two girls look at them from a distance. They are trying to tell their feelings to Misaki-senpai. But they see Tomo with Misaki and misunderstand. They wouldn't let it happen. Next day, Misuzu goes to Jun and tells him that Tomo got a friend in the karate club. It's a guy friend. The chat ends with Jun removing and throwing her hairband away. In the next scene, Tomo is sitting next to Jun, and she merges their seat because she forgot her textbook. He asks about her new friend, and she shows him a pic of Misaki. Now, Jun put up a dilemma in front of Tomo. What if Misuzu got a boyfriend and spent her time with him? How would she feel? She says that it's unlikely for Misuzu to do that. But if this does happen, she would get pretty lonely. Jun completely agrees with her. This is exactly how you would feel. After the period, Tomo goes into the hallway to get a drink. There, the two girls from earlier call her. They tell her to come behind the gym after school. They do not sound like they want to make friends. Tomo tells them she doesn't like half-assed fights. They both are scared. They go to their class to get info on her and gather some girls for the fight. One girl says how scary and strong she is. She would die if she fought with her. Both the girls are scared shitless. They need to apologize right now. Anyways, on the other side, Tomo is talking to Misuzu. She has no idea why two random girls pick a fight with her. Misuzu explains that high school girls do not fight using fists. Those girls probably just wanted to orally quarrel with her. The time comes, Tomo meets them behind the gym. Tomo takes her fighting stance with a frightening look in the eyes. The girls are shivering. They carefully choose their words. She gathers up courage to open her mouth. She tells her that they like a guy. His name is Misaki. So when they saw Tomo getting frank with him, they thought. Tomo chimes in with a happy look. She thinks these two just wanted love advice from her because she knows Misaki-senpai. Tomo's dream of giving someone love advice is complete. They become friends, and Tomo would help them to get closer to Misaki. Next day, Tomo tells Misuzu what happened. Tomo thinks she has a very feminine appeal. Misuzu tells her that in middle school, behind her back, people used to call her the natural lady killer because Jun comes from behind and puts his hand around Tomo's neck and starts walking with her. He still doesn't treat her like a girl.